Welcome back to Daphne Dishes. I like to give you some tips and tricks from the world of restaurants that you can use in your home cooking. And I'm really going to help you out today because we have a real bona fide Italian chef in our midst, Chef Emanuele Gasparini, or as we like to call him, Meme. I really like to call him Meme because I know I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. So Chef Meme comes from Torino, has cooked in Milan, Sardinia, and now he's cooking in Los Angeles, my kitchen. So you are the beneficiary of this knowledge. First meal we're going to try today is sun-dried tomato pesto. This is something that I think is going to be accessible to all of you because it's not about being very specific technique or very specific measurements, but a little bit of this, little taste, proportions, and it is fantastic. If a real Italian chef comes to stay in your house, then you got to say, well, yes, of course you can cook for me. And I was so flattered that he loved my garden. He said my basil was as good as the basil from Italy. Oh, you had me at chow. So he started by chopping up my fabulous basil. Chef Meme said sun-dried tomato pesto is from Sicily, which is a hot place, and it's a hot summer, so this is a good dish for everybody. And by all means, do have a kitchen garden. It's so helpful. I started out by measuring the basil, which was 22 grams here, but here's what it really comes down to. It's about 10% of the sun-dried tomatoes. And by the way, he loved my Costco jar of sun-dried tomatoes. There's some nice parmesan. He did a lot of parmesan. And he was putting it all in my little cuisine. Ooh, here's the secret sauce, the ricotta. 2 cups are roughly 450 grams of ricotta. That's the real secret here. Then we've got garlic, my basil, almonds, and then he said, wait a minute, do you have a bigger machine? Yeah, I did. Why didn't you ask, chef? So then we brought out the bigger machine. So transferred what we'd already done because we did have a big 4th of July party that he was cooking for. I was wowing my family. And there's some olive oil, and he also decided to add some mozzarella, because why not? Although that was a smaller part. If you don't have mozzarella, it's okay, don't worry about it. So put it all in, and we did taste it now and then, but boy, it always tasted good to me. One point he tasted it and went, no, it needs a little bit more almonds. And then he tilted the food processor. I didn't know chefs did that. I'd never seen that before. I didn't know we could do that. So now you've got the great graininess and the texture of the almonds. You've got the garlic. Put it over this bucciata pasta. It's a fantastic meal for vegetarians. Now, did I get the platters coming out? No, I did. I forgot that. But my family loved it. My son had 3 plates of it, even ate it leftovers next day and said he could eat it for his whole life. I'll have more recipes from Chef Meme here on Daphne Dishes.